Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be doing a full face using your current favorites, especially for summer. I asked you over on Instagram to tell me what makeup you're loving the most right now with summer in mind. And it's so crazy because you guys clearly have an aesthetic going on right now. A lot of the same products, of course, were submitted, but in general, there's a certain aesthetic that's happening this summer according to you guys. So I'm going to be doing a full face using the products that you are loving the most. I'm really excited to actually see the end result with some of these products. So I gathered everything in my bag here. We're gonna start off with this. It was crazy how many people said that you're loving this and how technically it wasn't a makeup product, but it's a summer staple for you. This is the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Wow Glow Broad Spectrum Glowy Sunscreen, basically. You guys are loving it. This is brand new. I actually just barely got this in PR, so I'm really excited to try this out. This is in the shade Sunbeam. I think they only have one shade right now. And I guess this is supposed to be a dupe for the Supergoop sunscreen, which I love. So we're gonna go into this first. Here we go. Looks like this. I'm just gonna start applying this all over. Ooh, this is pretty. Ooh, look at the glow. Yeah, you guys are definitely going for a glowy, fresh, lightweight kind of a makeup look. At least that's what I'm gathering from all the products that were submitted. So I'm really excited to see how everything looks together. For foundation, there were a couple of you guys that mentioned the new Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint, which I just barely did a review on. I really love this. I think it would be great for people who want a little more longevity in their skin tint. But I was so shocked to actually hear how many people are using this in the summer. And it's a product that has been with me in my collection for years. So I feel like it was so cool to see how many people are obsessed with this, especially for summer. It's the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, you guys. So many people submitted this, like it was the #1 most requested product, or submitted product, I should say. And you know what? I understand why. It is so good. I wear the shade Birch 1.5. This is one of those products that just never gets old to me. And what's crazy is so many people in my life that I got hooked on this product years ago still wear this product exclusively as their base makeup. It's actually nuts. Like last time I saw my sister, her makeup looked really pretty and I was like, hey, what are you wearing? She was like, girl, it's Complexion Rescue. I was like, you're kidding. It looks so good. So I love to see that you guys are still loving this. And I wanted to use it since I just barely tried this on my channel and I haven't worn this in a while. I really wanted to see how it looks and be reminded of how fabulous it is because clearly it's a summer staple for a lot of us. I'm just gonna press that into the skin. How nice does that look on top of the glowy e.l.f. primer sunscreen thing? I think it looks gorgeous. Yeah, this just melts into the skin. It doesn't look makeup-y at all, but it gives great coverage, which I love because for me, if I'm gonna put something on my face, I like it to do something, you know? Even on a no makeup day, like if I'm gonna bother, it needs to improve my skin or the appearance of my skin in some way. And I feel like this does that. A couple of you guys are saying that the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener is one of your summer favorites, so I grabbed mine in the shade Light. We're gonna use this underneath the concealer, so I'm just gonna pop this under the eyes. I don't know if I like the packaging on this, but I really do love the formula. It's just such a nice, lightweight, brightening, glowy type of a product. And you'll see how pretty it looks under the eyes. It doesn't look makeup-y at all. You could honestly just stop here and not even go into concealer if this offers the coverage that you're looking for. But I am gonna use a concealer on top because one was submitted a few times. But I mean, that by itself is gorgeous. Like with the Complexion Rescue, I would feel comfortable with that as my coverage for my base and under my eyes. But a lot of you guys are saying that this concealer is your summer staple or your favorite for summer. This is the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. I love this stuff, as you guys know. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that, a little bit less than what I normally use because we did go in with that Rare Beauty corrector. I'm just gonna apply that right on top of the corrector underneath the eyes for a little bit more brightness. But you guys are really into skincare feeling makeup, it seems like, with all 3 of these products. All 4 actually with the sunscreen. So I'm getting an aesthetic, you know, a vibe from you for summer, which I love. It's so fascinating to me to get like a peek inside of what you guys are loving, your style, the products that you're loving the most. It's fascinating for me. I love it. For bronzer, so many people are loving the Softsculpt Skin Enhancer from Mario. Also, somebody submitted the cream and powder bronzer duo in the shade She's Bronzed specifically. So I thought that I might use both just because these are a little bit different shades. So I'm gonna start off with the Softsculpt from Mario. Mine is in the shade Light. This is also a very skincare feeling type product. It's kind of balmy, it's very easy to use. It doesn't look makeup-y, but it does something. You know what I mean? It's not so minimalist to where it's like pointless, but it's also not super heavy to where like you don't feel comfortable wearing it on an everyday basis. So I'm just kind of going around the face with this wherever I want a little bit of structure. And then I am going to go into the cream bronzer from Patrick Ta. This is a little bit more of a warm tone. So I'm going to kind of like build that up a little bit higher because I want to have a bit of that sun-kissed look, and this is one of my favorite colors for that. This bronzed color gives me a true bronzed look without being orange, which I really like. So I'm just going to layer that on top, and then I'm just going to press everything back into the skin with my sponge. This is already looking so fresh. Like, look at my skin right now. I love it. You guys have the best taste in makeup, truly. And I'm so excited to see how all these work together, like I said. One of you said the Kosas Cloud Set powder is the best powder ever, and I really wanted to revisit it. So I grabbed mine in the shade Airy, and I'm just gonna take this on my powder puff because this is something that I haven't done, and I see a lot of people using it like this. I've only really tried it with a brush, and I really wanna see how it looks with a puff. Oh my, that looks gorgeous. In case you're wondering, I'm just gonna use this underneath the eyes and a little bit through the T-zone, like on the sides of the nose. Wow, stunning. I love how it looks when I like press it into the skin versus using a brush. You of course could use a brush. I just really wanted to see how it looked like this because I've seen a few people use it like this. That looks so nice. I also wanted to use a loose powder that somebody submitted, which I love already. This is the Laura Mercier Blurring Setting Powder. They said it stays all day even in the Canadian humidity. So I actually love this powder for summer as well. And I'm gonna take a little bit of that and just kind of lightly set the creams a little bit because I am gonna go in with a little bit of the powder bronzer. I don't want it to stick too much. I'm actually gonna do that now. I'm gonna use the same brush. That's so lazy of me. I'm going into the bronzer from the Patrick Ta little duo. Again, this is a very like warm color, but it works so well for summertime. Even for someone like me, who's very heavy-handed with bronzer and also very fair. So a lot of bronzers look orange on me immediately, but this one, I don't know, it works. I like it, it's great. Just gonna kind of blend that in. I would say the Complexion Rescue was like the #1 most submitted product. This next one was the second most submitted. You guys are loving the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veils from Mario. Specifically, the shade Pinch Me Pink and Perfect Pink were mentioned a couple of times. So I'm gonna mix them. I know that's extra, but here we are. So I'm gonna take the Perfect Pink shade first. Another really easy to use product, very skincare feeling, like buildable, but also sheer if you need it to be kind of a product. So I'm just gonna apply this towards the outside of the face like this. And I find that it actually works well on top of powders. And then I'm gonna take the Pinch Me Pink, which is like the little bit lighter shade. It's a little brighter too. The other one has a little bit more of like a mauve undertone to it. This one's like a bubblegum pink. I'm just gonna kind of tap that into the apples of the cheeks a little bit more. And then flip my sponge over and just press that into the skin. It's very dewy. I love this. I'm just gonna quickly fill in my brows with my Benefit pencil, and then we will go into eyeshadow, which I'm super excited about. Okay, I decided to take a little bit of the blurring powder through my pores because the Kosas powder, it like melts into a cream almost, and so I felt like I need a little bit more of like a matte blurring vibe over top of my pores right here, so I added a little of the blurring powder. All right, for eyeshadow, a few of you guys said that your favorite summer palette right now is the Cosmos palette from Anastasia, which you guys know I'm loving too. It's so pretty. So we're gonna do a little look with this. I always start with Space Dust. It's like just the go-to transition shade for me. So I'm just gonna apply that into the crease. And then a little bit underneath the lower lash line. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Comet color right next to it and just do a hint of warmth on the very outer edge of the eye. I am obsessed with the shade Super Cluster, which is this blue. I love to take this and just use that all over the eyelid, but I'll do something a little different today. Maybe I'll use, let's use Supernova all over the lid instead. So this is more of like the purpley color. So I'm just gonna pat that all over. It has a little bit of a blue shift to it too, which is really pretty. I'm just gonna use this all over the eyelid. That's super pretty actually for every day. It's very subtle, but a very unique shadow, which is why I love this palette. I think it's so versatile actually, and like very wearable, very everyday feeling, but also different. Different than your typical everyday palette, which I really love. I couldn't believe how many of you guys said the Tower 28 mascara is what you're loving right now. I mean, I can believe it because it's such a good formula, but I just love seeing the trends with like whatever you guys are loving. So this is the mascara I'm gonna use because it's what you're using and I wanna be like you guys, so. I'm gonna be using the Powder Rare Beauty Highlighter because one of you guys said it's your favorite right now. So I think I'm gonna mix 2 shades. Yeah, I'm gonna mix Enlighten and Exhilarate like this. A little goes a very long way with this formula. So I'm just gonna kind of lightly start to blend this into the very high points of the cheeks. Kind of already went ham on this side, but that's okay. Go down the center of the face a little with that, the Cupid's bow. And we might as well mix the 2 and use that as our inner corner highlighter too. One of you submitted a lip combo, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm wearing that. So it's the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in Cherry with the Anastasia lip liner in Deep Taupe. I'm obsessed with both those products. So I was like, perfect, let's wear that. So here's the Deep Taupe lip liner. And I like to really blend it in with my fingers. And then the Cherry Lip Butter Balm is pretty dark if you build it up, but if you sheer it out, it's actually really pretty and like more pink. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on. Kind of just blend this in. I'm trying to make it so that it looks decent with like my eyeshadow, you know? So I don't want it too bold, but it's really pretty if you build it up as well. Well, that's a gorgeous little combo. I love it. All right, we are going to assess the situation, and I'm gonna take a little bit of what's left on my blush sponge and just go back in. Just a hint more. I'm very glowy. I mean, it's so pretty though. I love it. And then for setting spray, a couple of you guys said the Cali Ray Surf Proof setting spray. One specifically said the Cali Ray setting spray is saving me this summer. Love, love, love. And so we're using this, folks. Just gonna spritz that all over. Oh, I love how that smells. Gosh, I didn't add more bronzer to the forehead, but I feel like I have enough for once. How crazy is that? I'm just gonna press this into the skin with my sponge. I'm taking my powder brush and just taking a little bit more of that blurring powder from Laura Mercier and just smoothing out the T-zone a little bit more. And then I'm just gonna use my favorite brow gel. I didn't see a brow gel submitted, but maybe I missed it. Sometimes it's hard for me to like find every category when there's so many submissions, so I'm just keeping brows simple today. I feel like I want a little more of the Cherry Balm. I actually like how it looks with a little bit of purple on the eyes. I don't know. Kind of fun. All right, so that completes this look using your favorite summer makeup right now. Guys, I mean, I feel glowy. I feel really beautiful in all these products, but also what's interesting is it feels like very nourishing and very lightweight on the skin. I feel like myself, but like an elevated, glowier version, which I love. So thank you guys to everybody who submitted your favorite products right now. It was so fun to see the similarities of what you're loving versus other people that submitted products. Let me know if you're loving any of these products that I mentioned today. I would love to hear in the comments down below, or if you didn't get a chance to tell me what your favorite product is right now for summer, let me know in the comments. I love how my makeup looks, guys. Listen, I need to be doing my makeup like you guys more often, okay? Because this looks good. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you.